Our business is Skydrop. It's a smart watering sprinkler controller that aggregates a watering schedule for your yard based on information it gets through the local weather source and the inputs of the different zones in your yard. So it'll actually water it based on each individual zone versus just a collective time frame. Got started by two of our head engineers. One of them was watering his yard and decided that there was an easier way to do it than just going and manually turning it on and off, and decided to come up with a product that he could remotely do from his phone. And then it led into, obviously there was a big opportunity there to be able to really take over the entire landscape watering and save water, save the customer time. And he developed an algorithm and the product, and we decided to put it into, take it full force and make it something that could take over your landscape watering for you. What I love most is it's a product that is environmentally friendly. I think water is a precious resource, and what people don't realize is a lot of the water that we use in landscape watering is wasted. 60% of landscape water is wasted water. And so I think for me, it's being able to provide a product that is going to help preserve, in my opinion, nature's most precious resource, which is water. And so it's not only a product for the customer to simplify their life, but it's bringing an added benefit to them, both from a monetary standpoint and the ability to help the environment and save water. We've been able to partner up with some large companies that have big customer bases. And that's exciting because you see a company say, hey, we recognize that there's a need for the technology and that it works, and we want to take it to market to bring more value to our customer base. But I think I get just as excited about when we get an email or a phone call from a customer that's bought the product and they see a savings on their water bill. And they realize that, hey, this product works. Not only does my grass in my yard look better, but I just saved 40 or 50% off my water bill. So I think those are the two biggest wins that I get excited about. Failure is an interesting word to me because I feel like you only fail when you quit. I can't think of a time when I've actually quit. I would rather use the word, maybe you made a mistake, and I think you learn from mistakes. It kind of reminds me of a quote by Michael Jordan where he's missed 9,000 shots, 26 game winners, so he's failed, but he succeeded. And I think in business, you can't say, oh, this didn't work, and just quit. You have to say, this didn't work, now let's try it a different way. So for me, I don't try to not look at it as failure. I look at it as, hey, that didn't necessarily work, but let's find a way that does. I think the biggest challenge for us, and probably similar to a lot of small business, is just the accounting aspect. In a lot of small business, there's not a lot of funds. I came from a big business, billion-dollar business, where if you make a mistake, it can be covered up. In small business, I think it's harder to make decisions, monetary decisions, because they have a bigger impact if it's not a good decision. And so you have to balance, who you're willing to pay, how you're willing to pay, marketing expenses, and different things. So for us, I think the challenge is just trying to find that balance between not making big mistakes that can put you in a bad place. I think, would I do anything differently? I think if you look back, there's a lot of decisions when you get involved in a business that you don't realize that you have to make. And sometimes you make certain decisions that you'll look back and say, I shouldn't have done that. But again, I think that's part of getting to a place with your business by learning from those decisions. So I could think of a lot, places where we probably spent money to try and generate sales that we didn't get. And then you look back and think, I should have known that. But again, I think every business is going to make those mistakes. I think what inspired me to start a business was I like a challenge. And I think in a startup or in small business, it's on you. The decisions you make, the people that you bring on and partner with and team up with, and the collective group of people that you work with. Every decision you make, every success or failure is on you. And some people don't like that pressure. I think I do like that pressure. And so for me, it was an opportunity to say, hey, I love the product. I think there's a huge opportunity here. And if it succeeds, great. And if we can't make it work, then It was based on decisions that me and my team made, not on something someone else did. It's a lot more stress. I guess I like stress. No, I think, again, it comes back to you're able to make decisions and you're able to reap the rewards or suffer the consequences of those decisions. But it also gives you the ability to free up your time a little bit. You're not held to a set schedule. And really the outcome of life is based on the decisions you make in a small business. And so I like the fact that you kind of control your own destiny. You don't have someone else determining what your value is or determining whether you can move up a corporate ladder. It's, hey, if I want to do this, I can make this as successful as I want it to be based on decisions I make. Yeah, I think what motivates me to not give up during hard times is if you're going to get into small business, you have to have the mentality that you're never going to quit, because there's going to be hard decisions, there's going to be tough times in any business. And if your mentality is the first thing that comes up, it's I can't do this, then you should never start one. But what motivates me is just the ability to fight through that and be somebody that can say they overcame challenges and it ended up working out. I'm a big reader, so I read a lot of books about entrepreneurs and people that have been successful. And I think any of those books you read, every single one of those, and one that sticks out right now is an Elon Musk book. Every one of the companies that he's been involved with, there's been a point where it was like do or die. And had he chosen to give up, obviously those companies wouldn't be where they are today, but he found a way to make it work. And I think the same applies to any business. If someone has the mentality of, I'm going to fight through and make this work no matter what, you'll find a way to make it work. And so I just think anytime there's tough times or tough decisions that need to be made, quitting can't be an option. And if you don't have that in you, then you'll find that success and you'll have good fortunes. You need to have nerves of steel, because there is going to be some times when it's tough for sure. But yeah, that would be the biggest one I've learned is you've got to be able to. You can't be emotional in business. You got to be able to analyze it and make certain decisions that change the course if you need to. So these will challenge you. Small business, man, it's tough.